So, welcome to Fun Facts with Dean. I am Dean. Well, actually my name's Gary, but never call me that. So, one thing that has been requested frequently from all two of my viewers is that I point out historical inaccuracies in movies and plays and books. And so I thought, where best to start than Shakespeare? To be or not to be, that is the question, whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or by opposing and them to die, to sleep, perchance to dream, and sleep no more. Anyway, but not Hamlet, because that is fictional, and not based on anything. Well, it is, but not anything important. Well, please, Shakespeare people, don't hurt me. Instead, we're going to take a look at Macbeth. And so I will continue the remainder of this in my, well, it's a little bit abysmal. My Scottish accent, which is actually more of an Irish accent, but I mean, I can't help everything, no, can I? So please forgive me. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts his hour before the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So, in Macbeth by Shakespeare, the king is Duncan, and he is a wise, old, and great king. And he is murdered by Macbeth, who is just a lord. That is not how that happened. Duncan was a king, and a rather bad one. Macbeth, who some would argue had the rightful claim to the throne, slew him in battle. Well, not him, but Duncan was killed in a battle, and he, Macbeth, assumed the throne. Duncan's two sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, they ran away, because that was a good call on their part, and Malcolm went to England, and he got the support of Edward I, who really did not like Scottish people in general, but thought, hey, the King of Scotland owes me a favour, maybe that's a good thing. You can say I completely forgot to talk my accent, so I apologise about that. So maybe the King of Scotland owes me a favour, that's a good thing. Well, he's English, so he'd be talking in an English accent, but that is besides the point. So he thought, maybe the King of Scotland owes me a favour, that's a good thing, right, all that. So, no problems there, except, of course, for the fact that Macbeth is quite an able King of Scotland, and all the Scottish people seem to like him quite a bit. So, Edward I helps invade, Macbeth is killed in battle, and in Macbeth the play, this is where Malcolm becomes King of Scotland. Of course, that didn't happen in actual life. Instead, Macbeth's stepson, Lucullan, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, Lucullan, he becomes king, and he is killed in an ambush just, well, not a very short time afterwards. And then Malcolm becomes king, and he is not the best king. And also then his brother, Donalbain, becomes king. And then Donalbain is also a really, really horrible king, so he gets blinded. And then, well, then some other people take over the throne, and the English fight them, and then we have a whole civil war in Scotland, and it's just not a fun experience for anybody but Shakespeare. So why did Shakespeare change it? Why did he pick on Macbeth in particular? Why didn't he create something fictional? Well, for starters, the main reason is because the new king of England at Shakespeare's time, James I, was also the King of Scotland, which was new at that time. Usually the King of England and the King of Scotland were two different people, but not now. So the King of England and the King of Scotland, who in this case were James I, were descended from the line of, well, not Macbeth, and not the other guy, not Malcolm. And so Shakespeare infers in his play that King James is descended from the character Banquo, who is prophesied by the witches to be, well, to be the new king. And so instead, King James becomes the new king, you know, some 500 years later. Not 500, 400, my mistake. and he is the greatest king there ever was, and this made King James very, very happy. So, he funded Shakespeare greatly. So, is it right to butcher history like that? Is it right to give somebody like Macbeth a bad reputation? Well, it depends. Who even knew that Macbeth was a real person? Most people think he's simply a character. And that's sad. But it's not the person who is derided, it's the character. Everyone who hates Macbeth, who cursed Macbeth in the theatres, it's not about Macbeth. It's about Macbeth, the character. And that character is hated. It is a fascinating character, but it's hated sometimes. But the man, who remembers the man? And that's a sad thing. But the fact that even a little bit, that this great character, that this great work of art can be based on him, that's a good thing, I think. And sure, it may ruin his reputation, but, well, hell, he's been dead for 500 years, for 600 years, for 700 years. So, I mean, I guess it's better to remember it all than not remembered. Something to think about. So in 200 or 300 or 400 or 10 years, when they write a book or a play or make a movie about me, who am I going to play? Will I be the hero or will I be the villain? Will I talk in a Scottish accent or an Irish one? Will I be English or American? Will I be me or will I not be me? These are the questions that border adaptation. These are the things that detract from the stream of history and both diminish it and make it so much greater. The facts don't always matter as much as the story, but the story needs the facts in the first place. It's a cyclical cycle, as most cycles are, and one that is never going to come to an end. People will always do things, and other people will always misrecord it. The winner writes who won the battle. Well, if no one wins the battle, there's someone to write it down. So we have to hope that someone is always going to win. As sad and terrible as that may be. Or as happy and grand as that may be. Either or. I don't really care. I don't mean to be waxing philosophical on you. So please, enjoy your Christmas break. Say hi to your mother for me. Hi, Mother. Boy. I said boy. Leave. Also, to any Scottish people listening, or Irish, or any of the accents I just butchered, I am truly, truly sorry. Toodles.